Modern Mahjong's back with today's Monday Daily Talk of the Tiles. We love hearing from you that part of your day starts with our daily talk. It's great to be part of your morning. Today's tile topic are hot walls or cold walls part of league rules? We'll define them and go over everything, and the answer is they're house rules. The league encourages defensive play to the very last discard and does not recognize either hot or cold walls. Hint, hint, if you can't win, discard that joker and name it correctly. So, what are hot walls and cold walls? If playing with a house rule of a hot wall, a player that discards a hot tile during that last dice wall, that shorter wall from east wall, pays for the table. While it varies by house rules, a hot tile is usually an obvious one that the other players know that they need for Mahjong, and that's based on the exposures and that the other player can't account for three of that same tile. This year, it's going to be really interesting to see how many people pay for the table in hot wall games because there's so many single tiles in the game. Some groups that play for a hot wall also play that if you throw during that time, the money doesn't come out of your pie, which is sometimes called purse is empty, a predetermined amount that players come to the game and know that that's the most they could lose that day. With a cold wall as a house rule, typically a player will only be able to have Mahjong if it's self picked. They cannot call during that dice wall, they cannot call a tile. Players who enjoy this style appreciate that the game doesn't slow down at the end for everybody to counting to see if there's three of the same tile already accounted for. Critics who don't like it say, well, then you just save a tile that's probably a hot tile to the end, and it kind of changes defensive play. So these are both house rules and not recognized by the NMJL. Moving on, let's talk about the basics. Direction of play, whether East is the dealer or not. Hint, East is not the dealer. The dice wall, keeping tiles in stacks. So let's start with which way do we play? Which way are walls pushed out? The word player ends in R. The word right starts with R. So all play, everything that does with play, goes to the right. The only thing that goes to the left is the way you push out the wall, and an easy way to remember that is wall ends in L. So people ask all the time, how come East isn't the dealer? The league recommends that players don't touch other players' tiles or their rack. After rolling the dice, and of course we're partial and love our Mahjong dice, each player takes their own tiles. How come? If a tile flips over, it's not hidden somewhere arbitrary in the wall. It's still given to that player. So everyone should take their own tiles and not touch other players' tiles. Of course, situations may require people to help and deal, and that we understand. So where does that dice wall go, those remaining tiles after East rolls the dice? It stays put. In prior Mahjong Made Easy, there was a visual of this, and now in the 2024 Mahjong Made Easy, it specifically states that it stays to the right of East wall. This isn't just a courtesy, this is a rule. This way, if you're looking down from an eagle's eye view of the game, the walls are a continuous unbroken wall from east to the left and then all the way back around, back to the dice wall and east rack. When you get to the end of the game, if the dice wall was moved either to the middle or to the left, it's often hard to see and players think the game is over when there are more tiles to pick. Also, Mahjong Made Easy provides that players keep tiles in stack until everyone has their 13 or 14, and then they could place them in the sloping part of your rack. What's today's hand of the day? Today we're picking that very flexible consecutive run number 7. So this is a run of any 5 consecutive numbers, so 1 through 5, 2 through 6, all the way up until you get the top number is 9. So you could get up to 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you could start with 1 or all the way up to starting with 5. That pair can be anywhere in the run, and the Kongs have to match the pair. So it's a very flexible hand. This is a great example of why reading those parentheses are exceptionally important. And whenever we talk about hands and how we interpret them, we always call the league and confirm that our interpretation is correct. So what's our tip of the day? On the 2025 card, 5s, winds, and dragons are all in high demand. Either keep them to use as discards early, or depending on if you have a pair, possibly use them as joker bait. But just remember, those could be very dangerous tiles to hold on to towards the end of the game. Today's YouTube video of the day, we invite you to check out how you read the card with Modern Mahjong. We use terms such as fixed, flexible, and mixed, and you could find that video by searching our YouTube channel, Fixed, Flexible, and Mixed, or Reading the Card with Modern Mahjong. If you haven't signed up yet, on April 27th, we're having a card class at the Fort Lauderdale Bridge Club. We have two different offered options for our live Zoom coming up, April 28th or April 30th. We have an evening option and a daytime option. Note, they're both for Eastern Standard Time. We hope you can join us to prepare to pivot and learn the card. What else should we discuss in these daily Talk of the Tiles? Comment below or send us an email. We're not going to send these out every day because we don't want to clog your inbox. So if you don't go on social media that often and you want to make sure you see these, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and ask for notifications. And this way you could see one every morning. We hope you have a great day and a great game.